Hello, it's Rowan again, and I heard that some people were asking how to make custom alphas, especially if they have the Erika Zero X body. It doesn't come with a HUD that has alphas, so alpha cuts. We're going to learn how to make custom alphas. What you need is these Chip Midnight templates. They're PSDs, which are for Photoshop, but you can also use GIMP, which is free if you have it. Well, you can also just download it. It's GIMP. It's easy. You will also need in Second Life, you will need the outfit that you've decided that you want to try to alpha to fit your Erica. And you will need this template skin that is basically just using the template as a skin um, BOM, of course, to line up where you need your alphas. Now, if this will attach to my body, please and thank you. There we go. You'll see that when I put on the reborn size, you'll see that parts of my body, my Erica body, are sticking out. So what we want to do is we're going to work on just the top. The top of your avatar, the from your waist up, basically about your belly button or so. Well, I think it's this line right here. This is one texture, and your legs are another texture. So if you want to alpha out the top and the bottom, which you need to do for this dress, but I'm only going to work on the top, you will need to upload two textures, and you will need to have the when you go to the chips type, you'll need the lower body, which is your skirt, the lower body, which is your legs, and the upper body template. This is for the system skirt. We really don't use that. And the head template is not Evo X. It is the original SL UV maps, which doesn't work with Evo X. It would work with like Genus. And if you have the Let Luca head that does Evo and Evo X, it would work with the Evo part. So this is what the template looks like. You have seam matching guides, which tell you this is the front, this is the back, and these are the arms. You only have one arm. It mirrors the arms. So whatever you do to the left arm works on the right arm also. So anything like this dress has one arm. You cannot alpha that out unless you can get there's a way to work it. Some bodies do, some bodies don't. And I'm not sure if the Erika Zero body does. You have your seam matching guide, your seam labels, your seam matching guide, which is these colors here that help you match your seams. And then you have your edge matching guide, which helps you match your edges. Then you have your length guide that tells you how long a glove is. Then you have your shaded grid, which just gives you a little bit of shading to give you a little bit better idea of where like the collarbone is, the boob, the under boob, ribs are, underarms, and then just the background, which is the lines. So we're going to turn all these back on. If you don't know how to use Photoshop, you click these little buttons with little eyeballs. I call it winking things out. So you want to go to the very top where the seam labels are. You're going to click this little square here in the bottom corner and that is make a new layer. Then we're going to go over to our paintbrush, make sure we're on white or black. It doesn't matter really what color. We're going to fill it in with a totally blank layer. Then we're going to go over here to the opacity and we're going to put it far enough down that we can see the lines through it. Then we're going to click our eraser button. And if you right click on them, you have options. So we're going to go to our eraser tool. Let's go back to our dress. Now we're going to zoom around our dress, and if you see here, you've got this A2, that is the seam between the arm texture and the top texture. And this right here is the seam from the front and the back. So if we go one big line, and then there's probably a second big line down there, we can do that over here. See, there's your A2. This is where your arm attaches. So let's see, let's look exactly where that is. A2, that is in the red. So we're going to go back to here. We're going to go, okay, so there's the red. So we're going to take, and we're going to go, I'd say right about here. And then we can follow that line to here and then over to follow this line over. I think I'd go up maybe between this line and this line. Let's see if we can find those two lines. Yeah, I bet it's this line and this line and this line. So we're going to go like this. That looks about right to me. What about you? No, looks like I'm 1, 2. So 1, 2. So we're going to go maybe like this. And we're going to go swoosh across. Let's see on our, over here, on our blue. See, there's where the blue and the yellow. I would probably go where the blue and the yellow are. So if we've, yeah, we're a little high. Let's go ahead and grab our brush. And we'll just brush that back out. Go back and go right there. Hold on, I have a kitten. I have to get him down. Now, since this is like a solid line here, we're gonna go and grab our eraser. Oh, what did the kitten do? Thank you, kitten. Yes, I know. Okay, now we're going to draw around because I'm pretty sure we want to alpha out everything from that all the way down to the edge of the waist, all the way down to the end of the top. So we're going to go and we're going to cut across, back up, and then to make this easy, we're going to go here, magic eraser, bloop. Whoops. Obviously, I did not get enough to make a whole circle. Okay, there we go. Let's go back to eraser. See, there, I didn't make it a whole circle.
Couldn't have been better. We had a wonderful time.
Oh, that's good. Because my sitter is still out of town.
I have no idea what is talking.
I really hate to ask you this, but
There, sorry. Sometimes that happens. Okay, so now we've got that. We'll go back to our eraser tool. Let's look at our back. Slip around here. And I'd say that's our seam, 1, 2, and then all the way straight across to, what do you say, A, where it says A3? Do you see where it says A3 in there? So there's A3, that's where it says A3. We'll click there to there. We'll just sort of swoopy down. Then we will draw this. Doo -doo -doo. Go back over here to Magic Eraser. I messed it up again. Where did I miss? Probably there. Okay. Nope. Okay. I never edit these so that you guys can see that I too screw up a lot. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go set the opacity back to 100%, and then we're going to wink out all the layers below it, all of our seam matching guides. So that's what you're left with, is you've got this transparent, how they render a transparency is it looks like those little gray and white squares. Then you've got this white, which is when you make an alpha, anything that is white, black, colored, plaid, whatever, is going to be seen. Anything that you render as transparent is going to be transparent on the body. So this is the part that we will be alphaing out of our body. Now we're going to go up here and we're going to go Save As. You want to save it as a PNG, because PNGs have alpha, JPEGs do not. So we're going to save this as dress alpha. I'm going to save it as dress alpha 2 because I've already got one. So you can save it as whatever you need to save it as. Then we're going to go to SL. We're wearing our dress. We're standing on a pose stand right now. We're going to click this little plus. This says add new item. Go to clothing, body, clothing, new alpha. And you have a new alpha. We're going to name it dress alpha. Take that one off. We're going to put our new dress alpha on. And hopefully this one will take off. Okay, so nothing happened because we have to do this. Appearance, edit outfit. See where it says dress alpha? Click the little wrench. Upper alpha, local. You want to go, it usually says inventory, then you've got local, add, find, wherever you saved that. Usually if you have it in a file folder with your template, it's going to be there. Click on it, open. Now this is only a temp texture. Now click on it, and it will, poof, render. Looks like we did pretty well. Well, we need to adjust our back a little bit, and we need to render a little bit more out of there. And looks like, I think we want to put some more cleavage back in there. So one of the great things about local temp textures is don't click OK, just leave it as is. Go back to your Photoshop or your GIMP or whatever. Put your lines back on so that you can see them. Now we're going to go to our brush, and we said we need to alpha more of this out. So we're going to that. Just give it a little bit more. You want to do this in little bits, and then we want to see some cleavage. So we're going to add some of this cleavage back in, right? And I think we did a little too much on the back, so we're going to swoop that back in. Swoop that back in. Turn off, wink out our layers again. And we're going to save as. Turn this to ping to easily find the one you had, same one. Double click on it. It says it already exists. You want to replace? Yes. Okay. Go back to SL and see it changed. Now see I've got a little too much, but we've got a little bit more cleavage. I can fix that with a little more tweaking. The back looks good. Looks like I need to just a little bit more there. But you can go back and forth and back and forth. As long as you don't click OK, then you can go back and forth until you've got it perfect. And when you've got it perfect, you want to click upload. And if you looked at this in Photoshop or whatever your image is, image size, we're at 1024 by 1024, which is sort of the high end of SL. You can do the 2448, but that is going to cost you like 30 lindens per texture. And since we're doing we got two textures for this alpha, that would be 60 lindens for an alpha, and that's a little, if you want to do it, you want to do it. It doesn't really matter on these things. And you can't do PBR on alphas. There's no need to do PBR, so don't worry about it. Since an alpha is just literally rendering, I want this rendered, I want this rendered invisible. That's all. You don't need it doesn't need to be really fancy. I could take this down to a 512 by 512 if I wanted to, but it's not that big a deal. Don't upload it until you're perfect, until you have it perfect, until every single pixel, like these little pixels, are gone. Make sure you've got it exactly where you want it, because once you do upload it, you're done. It's done. You can't fix it. And you can fuss with this for hours. Just literally the only two you need on here is your paintbrush and your eraser tool. And then just save as, click ping so you can find it fast. Double click, tell it yes, large file, Go here. Oop, see, I still need to do just a little bit more tweaking on there. But the back is looking real good. I really like that. That looks real good. Um, Looks like I just need to do a little bit more tweaking on the chest area. And then you would have to tweak um, the bottom out. On the bottom template, lower half template, the feet are the same on both. So I will open the foot template to show you what I mean by that. Um, Lower template. Template. Yeah, I make a lot of stuff, so see you've got individual legs. This is your butt, this is your front, this is the bottom of your foot, and this is the top of your foot. The feet are the same. So once you alpha out one foot, you're going to alpha out both feet. And when you're doing this part, as long as you have this appearance mode active, you're always going to be in this pose. But once you do hit OK, um, you'll need to adjust your poses because, um, once you get your alpha done completely. So make sure you kind of give yourself a little bit of wiggle room because your poses are going to adjust the way your alpha looks. So make sure you give yourself just a little bit of wiggle room on what you're doing. Um, I'm not sure what else. What else would be good? Um, just ask. I mean, if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask in the comments. I'm going to try to leave links. I have this skin up on the marketplace for free, totally free. Just buy it. It doesn't matter. So that you can use it. The head is not Evo X. Like I said, I am currently wearing a Leluca head. So, but I have it on Evo settings, not Evo X. So that's why it looks okay. The skin is copy mod, so you can do whatever you want with it. Just whatever, it's just free. Um, it is. It should match up one with one on the chip midnight templates because it is from there. I just basically saved it and made it a skin like a long time ago. It is BOM. So anybody that you use will have to be BOM. I do not have an applier for it. I never thought about making an applier for it, so I never did. But I will have that in the descriptions. Hopefully it'll come up as a link. I know YouTube was giving me a little bit of a problem when I tried to do a link earlier. It was like, no, you can't do that. You're not cool enough. And I said, well, yes, I am. You guys think I'm cool enough, right? Yeah. Okay, I'll have the links up. Thank you.